Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends that have joined us for today's video. Today's video is pretty much going to be a short, easy one, not a lot to it, not a lot of examples. With that said, let's go ahead and dive in.
Diagnose. If you're having trouble understanding what beautiful soup...
Hold on, let's start over. This is about troubleshooting machine.
Troubleshooting.
Good.
Diagnose. If you're...
Now we're going to talk about apparently this is another submodule of Beautiful Soup, and it's supposed to help us diagnose the problems we might run into with this HTML that we're reading.
If you're having trouble understanding what Beautiful Soup does to a document, pass the document into the Diagnose function. New in Beautiful Soup 4.2.0. Beautiful Soup will print out a report showing you how different parsers handle the document, and tell you if you're missing a parser that Beautiful Soup could be using.
Alright, so what we're doing here is we're going we're going to import the diagnosis submodule of the Beautiful Soup module. And look, it's an open command. We're opening up a file like you usually would. And we're taking that file and we're putting it into data. All right, so right now that object contains the HTML code from the website that we're interested in. Now we pass that object to the diagnose function of this module, and it gives us this beautiful report that I couldn't replicate. Let's go read it.
Diagnostic running on Beautiful Soup 4.2.0. Hashtag Python version 2.7.3. Default, August 1st, 2012, 5 hours 16 minutes and 7 seconds. Hashtag I noticed that HTML5lib is not installed. Installing it may help. Hashtag found LXML version 2.3.2.0. Hashtag trying to parse your data with HTML.parser. Hashtag here's what HTML.parser did with the document.
All right, so what's it telling us? It says, hey, this is the version of Beautiful Soup that you're running. Hey, this is the version of Python you're running. Hey, you forgot to load this parser. And this is the version that we found. We found an LXML version. We're going to try and parse the data with this HTML parser, which is the default. And here's what it looks like. Okay? And of course, that's going to be interested in solving any sort of problems you're having if there's the versions of like Beautiful Soup and Python or whatever are out of sync. Now let's keep reading.
Just looking at the output of Diagnose may show you how to solve the problem. Even if not, you can paste the output of Diagnose when asking for help. Errors when parsing a document. There are two different kinds of parse errors. There are crashes, where you feed a document to Beautiful Soup and it raises an exception, usually an HTML parser.html parse error. And there is unexpected behavior, where a Beautiful Soup parse tree looks a lot different than the document used to create it. Almost none of these problems turn out to be problems with Beautiful Soup. This is not because Beautiful Soup is an amazingly well-written piece of software. It's because Beautiful Soup doesn't include any parsing code. Instead, it relies on external parsers. If one parser isn't working on a certain document, the best solution is to try a different parser. See installing a parser for details and a parser comparison. The most common parse errors are HTML parser.html parse error, malformed start tag, and HTML parser.html parse error, bad end tag. These are both generated by Python's built-in HTML parser library, and the solution is to install LXML or HTML5lib. The most common type of unexpected behavior is that you can't find a tag that you know is in the document. You saw it going in, but find_all returns, or find returns none. This is another common problem with Python's built-in HTML parser, which sometimes skips tags it doesn't understand. Again, the solution is to install LXML or HTML5lib. Version mismatch problems.
That's what, remember, Python version, Beautiful Soup version, that's why you want to know those things.
Syntax error, invalid syntax, on the line root_tag_name equals you, document, caused by running the Python 2 version of Beautiful Soup under Python 3, without converting the code. Import error, no module named HTML parser, caused by running the Python 2 version of Beautiful Soup under Python 3. Import error, no module named HTML.parser, caused by running the Python 3 version of Beautiful Soup under Python 2. Import error, no module named Beautiful Soup, caused by running Beautiful Soup 3 code on a system that doesn't have BS3 installed. Or, by writing Beautiful Soup 4 code without knowing that the package name has changed to BS4. Import error, no module named BS4, caused by running Beautiful Soup 4 code on a system that doesn't have BS4 installed.
All right. There's all the different ways that these versions not being in sync can give you a hard time. Okay? But having this, being able to run it through here, is going to make your life a lot easier when it comes to troubleshooting your problems. And with that said, we're going to go take a look at some of the code that I have, because I do have some code for this video, and I definitely want to show you some output. And with that, let's go. All right, and we're off. And here we are in the code. Not a lot of code. What I did is I went out. For this to work, I need HTML code. And I'm not using that freaking homemade crap that we've been using in the examples to run against this diagnostic tool. Okay, I want a real HTML file from the real world, because I want to see if it'll break it. Let's see what happens. So what I did is I went out onto the internet. I found a random freaking website. And I downloaded the source code on the page, which you should all already know what to do, how to do that. Put it in this file, this HTML file on my C drive. Okay. Now we're going to run it. We're going to put it into the data object, and then we're going to run that data to the diagnostic, and let's see what happens. All right. Okay. You know what? There's a problem that I ran into, and this will solve it. Yeah. Anyway, let's hit the button. Boom! All right. You can't see what I can see, but we're about to change that. All right, we're going to go step out of the code. We're going to go look at the output, and then you guys can go out and play for the rest of the day, unless your parents have something else in mind for you. All right, let's go. And here we are in the output. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting at the bottom of the output. So you can see that when we ran all this code through, it came back like, none. Oh, none? Does that mean that there's not a problem? It's not telling me what my version is or anything. I'm kind of like was hoping for that, but we ran it through the code, and apparently, those messages about the versions didn't pop out, so that's a little concerning. That said, look, this is what real world frickin' code looks like. All right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here's the problem with real world code. It's got a lot of stuff in it besides HTML. Okay? These are all like little files that it uses, okay, written in JSON script and God only knows what. There could be some applets here that call little programs. I'm telling you, when you start to get into this, it's so interesting. It's a little overwhelming right now, but you guys are going to have so much fun. All right, now look. Oh my God, look, here's some real freaking HTML code. By the way, all that stuff is referenced in here somewhere. Good luck figuring it out on your own. That's what machines are for. Let the machine do it. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this counter. Ready? Boom. Hold on. Where's the little thing I'm looking for? All right. Now, there should be. There we go. There we go. We found the beginning of the HTML code. It's actually defines the page. Okay, look at all these references up here. See the .js? Those are it's all JSON programs. Okay, by the way, you're going to have to learn JSON, and or we're going to learn it together. That's going to be in one of a series of videos, but not right now. Okay. Now there you go. Woo! With that, don't be scared now. In a few months, this will be nothing. This will not be scary to you at all. And with that, we're finishing with this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios!